So very good day to everybody. This is integrated logistics management. Actually, yesterday's class I started a glimpse of this topic. Okay, so this being our first topic, we'll have a short introduction to ILM. Okay, integrated logistics management. What is the class overview? Then we'll have a diagram, a star diagram that is associated, and what are the logistics concepts and costs, reduced cost that we will be experiencing with this topic. Okay, so this is especially for you, my dear students and young researchers, and you can reach me at dr.christoananth@gmail.com. So before beginning the session, once again, let me thank God for giving this opportunity to deliver this useful session to share my knowledge among my fellow national, international participants, students, and young researchers. Right. So in this class, we'll have a short intro towards integrated logistics. What is the architecture that we will be explaining? Okay. What are the management functions? What are the measurement, especially in integrated logistics? Because the whole world is towards the IL procedures. Okay. So what are the advantages? What are the general ways that you can implement this integrated logistics? What are the solutions? Okay. And we'll understand the key performance indicators. Okay. Then we'll have a star diagram. What are the functions of integrated logistics? What are the technology functions where you can better efficiently utilize the information technology or the future trends even like artificial intelligence? And finally, we are going to end this class with the ways about how you try to reduce the logistic cost, supply chain cost, and finally the supply chain visibility. Okay. So I will definitely give very soon in the Google Classroom the assignment number one. It will be a presentation speech that you should give it next week, starting next week. Okay. And you should of course upload all the 5 assignments in the Google Classroom. Okay. So at regular intervals, I'll be giving you some short videos to discuss the knowledge in our topics. Right. So when you say integrated, you say combined. Okay, like you have to go on with utilization of traditional logistics concept, and you have to enhance, you have to combine it the most efficient way. Okay, so if you take in the case of industrial logistics, okay, so normally it will be like only handling with materials and goods, but integrated logistics we are thinking in an adverse manner. Okay, a broader sense even where you can utilize it in both hardware, software, both online and physical means even. Okay, so integrated logistics is definitely logistics but in a more broader sense. Okay, so we have integration of each step, we have planning, we have control, we have management even, and this is where you are going to utilize integrated logistics to the fullest extent. Okay, so here with the case of integrated logistics, we are going to optimize the production cost, we are going to save the time. Okay, we are going to reduce the time. Of course, you are not going to compromise on the quality. Okay, so that is the way you define integrated logistics. This is a definition that has been given by the Council of Logistics Management. So logistics is nothing but the process of planning, implementing and controlling the efficient as well as effective flow and storage about raw materials, semi-finished as well as finished products and related information from the starting point to the point of consumption in order to meet the customer demand, okay, or the needs of the customers. Okay, so if you from this you can actually go on with integrated logistics. Okay, so that's a unique, very peculiar business management that will have the flow of materials, information and goods from the starting point to the point of arrival. So during this entire process it will be interconnected and of course interdependent. So this is what we are going to derive the definition of integrated logistics from the basic definition of logistics. So generally if you can say like there will not be any clear definition of logistics, so that has been given out by the Council of Logistics Management. Okay, so that from there only comes integrated logistics. Okay, so this is the architecture. Okay, so that's how you correctly manage the warehouses, transport and materials even. Okay, so here in the case of warehouse, okay, we will have like double entry inventory management, automatic transactions, full traceability, okay, serial number tracking, then barcode scanning, then reverse logistic concept after the 50%. Okay, then you'll go with shifting management, dock and yard management, real-time stock level, and finally the inventory analytics. So everything, it's a cyclic procedure that is actually carried out in the warehouse is even. Okay, so here with integrated logistics, you're going to integrate with the several different business processes. Like we'll have like production function, production planning. You're going to optimize the material supply force, and you're going to organize the storage areas, material handling systems, and finally the supply functions. Okay. So we'll have like several procedures even like we after doing this one, we'll go with selecting and controlling of suppliers, purchasing planning, marketing function, how you define the services that is allotted to the customers. Okay, what are the packaging design that is involved, how you try to market the campaign design. Okay, so these are the entire steps which are going to go on to each level, and of course it is going to change the way that we see at the logistics process. Okay, so after doing all this one, you have to measure the performance, the efficiency. Okay, and you have to reduce the logistic cost even. Okay, so this is where you are going to track the performance. Live tracking is going to do for. Okay, so you're going to constantly monitor the efficiently and cost effectiveness the entire logistic system. So consistency is very important, and constant measurement really paves the way for the success event. Okay, so we'll have like different indicators like volume. It's nothing but the measurable workload. Okay, nothing but the number of orders handled. What are the managers, who are the managers who are in charge of the entire processes, so that we'll be dealing. Then we'll have effectiveness. It's nothing but quality. Okay, so by quality we are going to go for customer evaluation, and of course efficiency. So here you are going to measure the cost and of course the resources for the entire process. So this is what like you can say from the wholesaler, the publisher, supplier to the service which is offering. Okay, like Amazon. Okay, and the customer is actually giving. Okay, so through from the customer, okay, we are giving the information goes to the wholesaler, okay, and to the publisher and supplier, and in return we get the product even. Okay, so there are some advantages even, especially with integrated logistics. Whenever the customer demands are going to be met, you cannot compromise on the speed even. Okay, so that has to be fast even. So you are going to eliminate the obstacles, and you are going to maximize the productivity and the operations even. Okay, so that is where you are going to meet the customer's needs in lesser time. So this is increased speed. Then we'll have business competitiveness even. Okay, so we'll try to explore, okay, what are the new trends, what are the new market technologies. Okay, so from there you are going to beat your competitors, those who are in the market. Okay, then lower cost. Okay, so you can go for cost cutting. So like you know the ins and outs of the SC supply chain. Okay, so that you can optimize any kind of process, and you definitely you can cut down the cost, not the essential cost but the extra cost you can cut down, and you can enjoy greater throughput. Okay, of course flexibility even. Okay, so you have to utilize integrated logistics to the maximum extent, where you're going to have larger numbers of stock keeping units. So because the environment, you cannot say okay this will remain throughout the trend. Okay, so it will be constantly changing. So rapidly changing environment, you have to also adapt. Okay, thanks to this integrated logistics. Okay, then you'll have efficient inventory management, where you can share the information about the goods management even. So this is what you are going to provide the services to the end-to-end customers. So you have to first of all adopt this integrated logistics even. You have to create an awareness, okay, through the several departments in the entire company or maybe the firm even. Okay, so you have to analyze the external factors. Okay, what are the crisis scenarios, how you can develop a risk planning strategy, how you can manage them. Okay, how you can improve the competitiveness. So these all plays a vital role in the integrated logistics. Okay, so first there are some ways that you can assess the performance, especially with the case of the product. Okay, so when you go for productivity, the manufacture of these items, okay, is analyzed whether the resources are sufficient enough to make the product. So that you are going to do for, and if you are going to complete this process, whether it is going to meet the customer's needs and expectations, whether any such processes are there that needs to be optimized. Okay, so optimization is very important in the case of integrated logistics. Next, communication. Okay, so all the departments of that particular firm or maybe company should communicate to in order to make the right decisions. Okay, so this is how you try to maintain a smoother way of communication. Okay. Then you'll have warehouse. So installations you're going to go for. You're going to organize the space that is utilized, okay, maximum extent. The goods, the operations, everything is a cyclic procedure in the supply chain management. Okay, so you are going to make sure that the product is highly available and you're going to eliminate the wastes and so on. Okay. Then you'll have transportation and deliveries. Okay, you have to go with the delivery distribution even. Okay, and efficiency is very very important. That is what speaks volumes in the minds of the customers. So you have to create that brand image to the customer. Okay, and you have to make sure it is in demand. Okay, like there are some of the products which are in less demand, so you have to make them more demand in. Okay, so we'll have like shipping orders even where you can the customers request them, you can anticipate, you can make the procedures parcels quickly enough. Okay, and you have to deliver it at the right time. Okay, of course you have to go on with the trends. So what is the technology advances that you should go for and whether you are able to apply them in the live market in the country. Okay, so there should be good communication across the departments, across the international means even, and that is where you are going to go with ERP, enterprise resource management. You are going to organize several business processes and you are going to maintain the database. You are going to share it. You are going to globalize these procedures to the ins and outs. Okay. So this is where you are going to have this warehouse management system. Okay, WMS, where you can collect on the procedures, you can supervise them, you can actually optimize the supply chain process. And the best way is to go for ECWMS. So that's a type of WMS that you can operate in any type of warehouse. Okay, so we can incorporate the modules, you can enhance the features, and you can have a software like supply chain analytics software even. So we can uh, boost our performance by analyzing the analytics features that is associated. Okay, so by this one you can have much more control over the businesses and you can apply these measures for any untoward incidents even. So these are the use of the key performance indicators. Okay, we'll have like procurement, production, transportation, and of course storage, where we'll have order management, good receipts, dispatches, capacity management, stock management, and finally the transportation delivery through the modes. Okay, so using key performance indicators, like businesses can control the processes, and of course you can understand the market and improve them. Okay, so this is the way you are going to coordinate and optimize the company's processes, resources, and of course departments even, where you can dispatch orders much more easily and successfully. So for example, we'll consider an example where we have a footwear and sports apparel company named Adidas. Okay, so they have to deliver orders much more quickly even. Okay, so for this one we are going to have a storage system that is generally designed to improve this product layout. Okay, so that will definitely improve the firm's productivity. So proper planning is very very important. So without planning you can not achieve much more with this integrated logistics strategy. Okay, so we'll have the star diagram. Okay, like we'll have the external system of our customers, carriers, and suppliers. Okay, so we'll have the ERP, parcel service system, logistics management system, community system. So this is everything is having a star connect. Okay, through the power strip ESB. Okay, and from this one we'll have the enterprise resource planning ERP, logistics management system, and of course the applications that are available in the in-house system. So everything will be providing the data and information in an integrated fashion. So this is what you have a star diagram that is associated for integrated logistics. Okay, so you can actually you can come out with best decisions even. You can compare your performance. Okay, so you can enjoy much more better analytics. Okay, so this is the management diagram. We'll have the supplier data integration, customer data integration, carrier data integration, and of course the alerts that is associated. Okay, so we'll have customer mapping, data management, other mapping procedures, especially with the user management, notification, and event management. So we'll have the online application, we'll have the TAR event to have the process. Okay. So efficiency is very important and competitiveness we are going to match into. Okay. So whenever you take in the case of production even, like we'll have material handling, purchasing planning, supplier communication, and of course inventory transportation that has to be carried out for the goods even. Okay. So integrated logistics, we can combine this as an entire single one. Okay. System support strategy, worldwide technical assistance, support setup services, maintenance services, customizable maintenance services, and then we'll have commissioning services, integrated logistics support analysis, virtual reality VR technologies, okay, and training. So everything has to go on as a fashion which is interlinked. And then after production we'll go for fulfillment and dispatch. This is where you're going to utilize, especially in the e-commerce organization, where you will go with processing, packing, picking, packing, distribution, and finally shipping even. And this is the way you are going to apply this AI and IoT, artificial intelligence and internet of things, especially for accuracy, for the performance, and for faster dispatch even. Right. So through this WMS, ECWMS, the integrated logistics is going to streamline the shipping procedures, and you are going to track the order status and fulfill the demands even. Okay. After this one comes delivery. Okay, for you will go with coordinating the transport, segregation, and of course delivery of products even. So in the delivery, we'll go with on-time delivery. Okay, so that has been done. Okay, so the integrated logistics will have like uh, transport, import, export procedures, warehousing even, and of course the information systems which are linked. Okay, so here within that we'll go with storage, distribution, processing. Okay, we'll go with customs clearance, then collection and delivery, then we'll have value added delivery service, packaging design, and to the people. So then we'll go with marketing. You're going to coordinate the requisite packaging, okay, and you're going to coordinate the several marketing departments in the rest of the organizations. So we can conduct special training sessions, effective marketing campaigns even, so that will have a direct impact on the inventory and of course the product design even. So you are going to publicize the correct information that is actually available, and you are going to expand the business strategies among the consumers as well as the partners, the third parties. So whether you take in the case of artificial intelligence or machine learning, Internet of Things, okay, or maybe supply as a service tools even. So definitely integrated logistics, you will have much more advantages. Okay, you will go with multi-channel logistics even. Okay, where you are going to positively measure the management and supply functions that will have a direct impact on the region of interest. Okay, so one central component, especially with the integrated logistics, is EDI, electronic data interchange. Earlier there was physical means, now we have the electronic ways, and of course application program interface connections even, that you can broaden the capabilities across the channels. So definitely, as you will know, like poor logistics planning or maybe poor decision making, definitely you will have more expenditure, and definitely there will be missed delivery deadline, even damaged goods also will be there. So integrated logistics is all about proper planning. Okay, so that is the reason you have to optimize the operational efficiency, and reducing logistic cost is very important. Okay, so today's customer demands and maybe ever changing, okay, fluctuating global business climate is all about how you try to maintain a smart management practice. So this is how you're going to go with smart logistics management. So by doing this, you can actually save time, you can save money even, and you can choose the right logistics provider for that particular service. So right logistics provider, quality services, proper planning is all about integrated logistics in a smarter way. Then we'll have consolidated shipments even. Okay, like we'll have full container loads, that is actually preferable to a less than a container load. So that is actually safer and more cost effective even. That is mainly because of integrated logistics. Okay, so as your goods are loaded according to the specification, that is not shared with other vendor goods even. So maybe there may be customer delays even. Okay, it's not your fault, but like the processes may be that has incurred another much more time even. Okay, so that is in that circumstances, like we'll have the LCL, less than container load. So definitely that will be an economical option. But most of the cases like FCL is actually preferred. Okay. So our integrated logistics is all about consolidated shipments. Okay, where we'll have a combination of several smaller shipments even. So this is the way you're going to transfer or maybe goods from one end to multiple destinations with consolidated shipments. And then cargo insurance. So planning and cost saving strategies, it's not about that you're going to have an insurance on your cargo. Okay, so insurance should be there. Okay, so that will definitely have the value of the products. Specifically, for example, untoward incidents happen, okay, that you can claim for the insurance. Okay, then you can use a single integrated platform, one platform for everything. Okay, and this is the way you are going to integrate the supply chain operations in a single platform. Okay, you are going to avoid the duplication of activities. Okay, and using a single platform you can reduce the time, especially on the duplication procedures. That will definitely reduce the efficiency, increase the time even. So that is the advantage of having a single integrated platform. Next, you will go with outsourcing. Okay, so over two or maybe three of the businesses out of three choose to outsource. Okay, so that at least a portion of the supply chain operations involves like transportation, storage, even. Okay, that is the reason you have to outsource. Okay, so outsourcing generally goes for cost reduction, increase efficiency, and of course the robustness even. Okay, so you can generally impact, you can broaden the frequency and size of shipments, the specifications with the packaging, product handling, temperature control requirements for. And finally, supply chain visibility. This is the most important process. You have to be transparent in your entire process. So that can actually improvise the planning procedures, expense how you can manage onto. Okay, so you can reduce the risks even. You can maintain, okay, additional buy load or maybe an extra stock even. Okay, so that definitely meets the supply and demand process. You can maintain proper service levels. So transparency and visibility is very, very important. Okay, so that you can even have a global insight about the entire process. And definitely on an online platform we can have dashboards, real-time dashboards that like the stocks, it will be automatically updating, okay, according to the market. And that will be known to the chain managers and financial executives with the most relevant information. This is assignment 1 for you. Logistics 4.0 and the future of integrated logistics in Uzbekistan.